welcome to UK Film News. I'm Alice Alexander, and we're back at Picture House Central, where we're interviewing emerging talent in film. And today that talent is Grace Blackman.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. To start it off, tell me a bit about yourself. You're an actor, writer, presenter, an all-around versatile badass.
Not quite presenter yet. I'm nearly there.
Well, it's difficult work, let me tell you. So what's up with that? Tell me about how you got involved in film and theatre and any past projects that have left an impact on you.
Oh, God, so many. That have left an impact, not that I've done loads of stuff. Egotistical, yeah. Well, I suppose I properly started in 2011 when I joined National Youth Theatre. Before that, I'd been doing sort of fringe stuff. And then I tried to get into drama school, didn't get in. So I didn't give up. I did a drama BA and then came back to drama school for an MA, which is what I'm doing now. And in between then, I've done a bit of short film, done a bit of theatre, Edinburgh Fringe. I did a really good short that was with Slenky, Sony and BFI Creative Skill Set. I loved it. It was called Outsiders, and I got to play an American techie, and she was a badass. She didn't take any shit, and I loved that sort of character. Yeah, I've worked a lot with Faint Productions. Gareth Faint is a good friend of mine. Springhead Film Company, National Student Drama Festival, loads of different things, and it's more that the people I've met, I think, because when you meet passionate people, it just makes a massive difference. So yeah, I've really enjoyed the path up to here. So now I'm at Arts Educational, graduating at the end of July. So the real world is fast approaching.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I am terrified on your behalf.
Thank you. So
as a university dropout, it's great. Okay, speaking of your current work and successes, you have an ambitious project on your hands.
I do, yeah.
Tell us what Room 22 and Intoxicated are about. So
they are two short films that I'm funding together and being created by two separate teams in the same week in 2 days each. So 4 days in total. Wow. I thought if I'm going to make short films from nowhere, I need to make an impact because there's so many Kickstarters out there and there's so many people who want to make films. I'm like, well, I do, but I need to prove my worth. I need to make that stamp. So I thought making an ambitious project is what I should do. And I thought I wanted to make short films because I wanted to pay people, because there's so many castings out there that are just expenses only, or will give you lunch and a train ticket, and things like that. And I thought you wouldn't ask a plumber to fix your bathroom and then say, well, it's a great experience, looks great on your CV. But unfortunately, that's what happens in the creative industry. Yeah. So I wanted to pay people as much as they deserve. So I've deliberately made these short films really low budget. So there's little props, there's single locations, but with sort of arty factors in it. And I've borrowed equipment, borrowed bits and pieces and locations on favours and things like that. So I could actually make these films for about 800 quid and break even, but to pay everyone, I added on about $3,500.
I find that absolutely admirable, because you are right. There's a bit of a standard where the starving artist is kind of accepted. Yeah. And it's actually leaving quite a destructive impact on the
so much.
Yeah, the indie community. So thank you so much for being the change in the world.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the Kickstarter campaign in terms of deadlines and when you're planning to raise this money, and how's it been going so far?
So far it's pretty good. My friends and family have come out of nowhere, so they're the best. And professionals that I've worked with before have sort of put in a few things, and that makes me really chuffed, because you think, you think my work's good enough, that's amazing. So that was really nice. And then we've got a quiz night fundraiser next week. So that's going to be fun. And I'm a painter on the side, so I'm just whacking out a few paintings, selling them off, doing a few extra shifts and things like that. So it's looking pretty good, and applying for funding and things, and getting interviews with newspapers. And
you'll get it. About the films themselves. So tell us about 22. You mentioned that it was kind of a mystery for the audience.
Yeah. So the thing is, I'm really excited about this project. So all I want to do is tell everyone about, I'm going to do this, and this is really cool because of this.
Oh, by the way, damn it!
But the whole the whole thing would ruin the whole surprise. Yeah. So, but I can sort of talk about it's kind of based in Macbeth a little bit, and that's what dynamic. What can I say not to give it away? So it plays a lot on colour. I'll say that. So there's bits that are in black and white, sections that are black, white and red, and then full colour, and it kind of sort of represents reality and subconscious and things like that. So it really plays on the mind, and you don't know what's real and what isn't. And it's based in a hotel room, room 22. And yeah, it just escalates, and you don't know if it's real or not. Sort of thing.
So the colors are pretty much what you're going to be basing on the reality / fiction uncertainty that you're trying to, I guess, portray?
Yeah, so as the colour gets more vivid, it kind of it's less real. Okay. So the more it looks real on film, the less it is real in reality. It's hard to explain. It makes sense to me, but I think that's what makes sense to most people who do their own painting. Like, oh yeah, that looks great, and then other people are like, what? Is it upside down? So
no, but it's lovely that you actually get passionate about these subjects.
Yeah.
Even myself, when I've like edited a video, I'm just like, did you notice this?
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm like, I did.
That's the main thing.
I worked for 2 hours on it. You both films are based on Shakespeare, and is there any particular reason why you went Shakespeare? I know you have a background in theatre. Yeah. Is that something you're passionate about? Yeah,
I am really passionate about Shakespeare. Through my BA, I was involved in the Shakespeare Society there. And I've done a few workshops with the RSC and things like that. And I just really love his storytelling because he's so human and so gritty. I mean, people are sort of talking about Game of Thrones being so vicious and oh my God. But, you know, King Lear, you had a woman pulling out someone's eyes and chucking it on the fire, you know, and it's just like, he was the original Game of Thrones, but nobody's knowing this. And Avatar, biggest grossing film in history, a forbidden love between two tribes, as it were, Romeo and Juliet. You know, it's just, he is the best storyteller there ever was because he just saw human desire and what we really want and just got to the point. And that's what I love about Shakespeare, that he just sort of goes full hog and these beautiful words about what someone looks like, and he takes about 10 different images to describe that thing. And I think
he certainly knows how to paint a picture.
Yeah. And I think that passion is what good storytelling is. So I thought I'd go back and turn my own version, sort of thing.
Cool. For Intoxicated, then, you mentioned that it's kind of a post-party intoxication rather than a traditional love potion.
So
drink responsibly.
I don't advocate alcohol abuse. just
throwing that out there.
Yeah, just to let everybody know. But, oh God, I've got distracted now. I'm thinking all the terrible parties that I've had. But I think that's what's so relatable for our generation is we've, growing up, you know, there's been house parties and there's been the university thing and the drinking games and things like that. It's kind of like a weird culture for a little while in most young people's life. Even if you don't drink,
you're invited to many parties.
Oh God. I'll invite you. It's going to be fine.
The after party.
Next week we've got the Quest fundraiser. Come along. I think even if you're not sort of in that environment, you know friends that are, and you sort of see that or don't get invited. Sorry. Somehow it comes up, and I think, and also it amplifies emotions. I think that's what the key thing is for this story is that everything you feel when you're a little bit intoxicated, it becomes more escalated. I think that's when you find the comedy, is when it's a mountain out of a molehill. So I took it from Midsummer Night's Dream when they've got the love potion, and I thought, well, when do people get most confused about their feelings? Normally, when they've been out on a night out. The modern day intoxicant. So I just thought, I really like programs like Him and Her and real-time sort of things where it's just where things escalate, but you don't. It's just watching the chaos unfold. And I think that's what I wanted to do with this, is really naturalistic shots and just real time of just watching unfold, just sitting back and going, what is going on?
What can we expect from the characters?
Well, Nikki is very over-emotional and very melodramatic, and life is over unless this gets fixed. And, you know, everyone knows that friend of like, oh my God, I've broken a nail, what is happening? She's kind of that sort of character. And then poor Danny is the sort of, he's so good-hearted, but he just doesn't know what's going on. So he's just sort of standing on like, I'm here for support, but can you just clarify what is actually going on? So I left, and he's lost Luke, and Nikki's cross with him, and he's just trying to fix everything, but he's not doing a very good job. And next we encounter Luke and Gemma. Luke is very romantic. He is the classic Romeo, or so he thinks. So he's confessing his love for Gemma, despite going out with Nikki for 6 months.
Okay.
He's got very confused. Yeah, he doesn't know who he loves anymore. And Gemma is the stone cold sober, the poor friend who, you know, you've got to put up with this culture, and you just want to go home. And that's all she wants, is just like, okay, great, let's go home. And that's all she's trying to do. And then Nikki and Gemma have a bit of a confrontation, and the boys are fighting over Gemma, and it just becomes really messy, and it's great. It's just chaos. And I thought about a little punchline at the end, so that's my little surprise at the end.
Well,
so, yeah.
Don't reveal that, yeah.
I know, yeah.
What kind of drunk person are you?
What kind of drunk person am I?
Yes. Because you've written you've written these scripts.
Yeah.
I figured that at least some of the characters might be a little bit.
Yeah, I think I'm the passionate person, so I think that's why I've experienced all of these. It's just that I am the very loving Luke. I'm also the, oh my God, everything's gone wrong, Nikki. And then I'm the sort of like, I'm really confused. It's just, I've found relatability in all of these, but more in my friends as well. I've seen it happen. Especially
I just like run home for some reason. Yeah. I just like think I can be a marathon sprinter.
Yeah. Get ambitious.
Yeah. Or just go in the ball in the corner somewhere and just sleep.
I love those people. They are great.
They're the best footstool, yeah.
Exactly.
Brilliant. Okay, so getting back to
the subject.
Is there a reason you chose to work with two different teams for both the projects?
Yeah, I wanted to create more opportunities for more people, because I thought I could make it with the same team, and it would keep things very simple. Less emails and things like that to and fro. But I really wanted to give people more opportunity, and also funding-wise, is a bigger network to fundraise too. So logistically, it makes more sense. But it was more the opportunity for other people, because I feel like, why give it to just one person for 2 films when you can give it to twice the amount of people?
Is this, I guess, your debut in writing and producing?
Yeah.
Very ambitious and cause, though.
Thank you.
So it's a good start. I'm sure you will do absolutely great with it. You guys so you mentioned the quiz night, that's going to be on June 24th.
It is, yeah, Friday.
So, let us know where, when, and what can we expect from that.
It is at the Catholic Centre on 2 Dukes Avenue in Chiswick. Okay. And there's a big hall. We've got all the tables and chairs we want, so it's 8 people per team. So bring your friends. And it's just going to be, a good fun evening. There's a raffle and things like that, and I'll be conducting it, so I'll probably mess it up, so come and see me fluff. That'd be great for the support. And it's £5 a ticket if you donate by Kickstarter, or it's £7 on the door. So you can put your name on the list by doing a Kickstarter donation.
VIP.
Yeah, VIP. I'll give you a cushion and everything to sit on. You'll love it.
Well, I think that'll wrap it up then. And I guess I always like to leave every interview with any kind of work that you're interested in doing, and where do you want to see your career in the future?
Gosh.
More acting or
definitely acting. I mean, I've been doing little performance type things since I was 4. it's just, I can't describe the dedication to this. I've never ever dedicated myself to a diet, but to acting, that is committed. So that's how I know, because I'm very lazy, and I know that if I work this hard for acting, I'm supposed to do it. And I just, I can't imagine my life without that direction to go towards. So I think one of my little ambitions is I'm a massive Whovian, massive Doctor Who fan. I love it. I've seen every episode about 4 times. I had a heart attack the other day when I didn't remember an episode title. That was, I was like, oh my God.
How do you?
Russell T Davies will kill me. So that's a little thing of mine. And I just kind of want to create more badass characters for women so much. Brienne of Tarth is my hero. I love that woman. And I think doing roles that aren't just the wife or girlfriend, you know, that we do more. You know, definitely. I mean, and theatre-wise, I'd love to do anything Shakespeare. That'd be amazing. The National is a beautiful venue. I love it.
Well, it's great that you're getting into more of the behind the camera stuff as well.
Yeah.
Because we definitely need more women in film.
Yeah.
More women on screen, more screen.
Yeah. Both the films are directed by women as well. That's what I love. Come on, girls. Yeah.
Okay, well, best of luck with all your work.
Thank you, Alice. Cheers.
Thank you so much for joining us. And on behalf of UK Film News, thank you for watching. Thank you to Picture House Central for accommodating this interview and the venue. So thank you. Yeah.
Thanks.
Off the bat, great.